one frustration I have with that is, it's like, come on, you have so many revival stones. At what point is it like, this is ridiculous? All you need is an incredible amount of rare items and you're fine. And
Yeah.
then another part of me was like, okay, he pulled out all those stops at the very end in that last phase with the moon blades and the helmet. And it's like, you would have done that earlier if you were struggling that hard in the beginning. In my opinion, as a gamer, it's like you don't not make it by a stage and have shit.
Well, he
That's
had
fair.
like all the items have item durability on them. That's why you saw the helmet disappear at some point after like a
Right.
certain amount of
Right.
hits. So that's why he wouldn't throw it on at the beginning.
Right, but he's also getting smacked in the beginning. So it's like, all right,
That's
if you're
true.
getting absolutely demolished every 2 seconds, you can't wait until later. You have to do it now, or else you ain't gonna make it.
Or you're not gonna get to the
That's
next
my
point anyways.
perspective.
That's his whole character premise though. Like he has
is.
no health. Like
Yeah.
Right.
he's paper
Yeah.
thin. Like he's a glass cannon. if
Well, and
you
I
will.
guess the strategy is that, hey, I'm gonna learn the patterns and I'll figure it out while we still
Right.
have those stones, those revival stones.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then worst case scenario,
And-
I'll bring it out at the very
Yeah,
end.
and to their credit in the show, what you were talking about, where they have they have so many revival stuff and things like that. Like, there's only a certain amount in the world, because in the world, like there were people going to the shops and like somebody bought all of them, and then at the end, she was like, "I bought this many. I literally bought all the ones you could possibly buy," and they based their strategy off of how many they had.
Yep.
And so, to their credit, although it's a little bit of a cheat, a little bit of plot armor,
quite a bit of a cheat.
they did a very good job of at least putting a structure on it by limiting the
Yeah.
amount and making their plan based around how many they did have. So, I mean, we all knew, like, we watch animes, we all know they were going to come out of that alive and
Yeah.
they were going to beat
Yeah.
them.
Right.
But, so,
I'm just saying, it's a little cheesy, a little bit corny in that regard.
yeah.
Hey, but you think if anyone else had thought of that same strategy, it would have already been done. So it goes to show the uniqueness of the strategy that she came up with to begin with. Like it's a hard
Right.
strategy
Well,
to even put together.
Well, my point is, make him slightly weaker to where he's not just one tapping people left and right, because that
Make him more realistic
of
of a boss
possible
fight.
to beat him, because
Right.
it's literally impossible to beat him unless you have that many revival stones.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's what
he's
they
a
implied.
colossal.
But yeah, he's a
Right.
colossal.
No, but that's the
You're
point.
not
is
supposed to
that-
beat him. He's a
You're not
colossal.
supposed to.
Right, but they try to make it seem like Sunraku and Homeboy were just so brilliant that that's what they needed. Whereas, yeah, you need that, of course, but you also need 100,000 fucking jewels to revival. So it's
Valid
like,
point.
it would have made their intelligence look better if they didn't need as many revival
Yeah.
stones. And you can still make the fight intense. You can still make it hard, but fuck, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I
That's
think
all
it
I'm
was
saying.
initially made for like a massive clan battle, right? But the reason why it never really happened was the PKers kept the information for that boss fight on lock so that only they could use it. So initially, yes, a colossal is meant for like a massive PvP scale for like half your attack party to die. But they found a way for equal loot distribution amongst 3 people, which is
Right.
awesome. And like, isn't the whole premise of like MMOs to get the most rare items possible, anyways?
Yeah,
I mean,
you
that's
do make a
fuck
good
if I
point,
know.
because
I
in the
don't
gaming
play
community,
MMOs.
you do. When you get to a boss, you need items to help you out outside of just your natural skill. But it gets to a point where it's like, all right, are you winning because of the items, or are you winning because of your skill?
That's
Fair
true.
enough. Now, you watch this. Would you say they won because of the items or because of their skill?
I think because of the items.
Boo. I think you're wrong.
Thank you for your input, Big Daddy
Because
Benji.
like, but that's why it's so important about how good they are, because you need to do it then, right? You can't just store that many items.
Right,
that
but I think
many
you could, and I think it was their skill and strategy, because you could have that many items and still get your ass beat by this colossal.
Of course.
So, I think more of it is on their skills and strategy.
I mean, it's both, right? They did both, but I'm just saying, it
Right,
would have been-
both. I think we all agree both were a
Right.
factor.
It's
Yeah.
I just think it's 60-40 skills and strategy. And
I think it's
you're
50-50.